So I took a 1 day break and I lost momentum. Now I can't sit down and work. Help, just give up, nigga. Success ain't for everybody. Some people got to be normal. Some people got to clean the roads, flip the burgers, build the buildings. Nigga, that's you. But yeah, I mean, when the day ends, I take my clothes off. Optional fuck. You guys hear yourselves? No, seriously. Was that not your motivation, nigga? The fact that she looked at you and said, this lazy, pathetic piece of shit probably isn't going to do anything beneficial to my life, so I'm going to find a real man instead. So Miami or Dubai? Miami is the place you go if you want to build a name, if you want to get known. And Dubai is the place you go when you have a name and you want to be left the fuck alone. That's it. Loud flex, something to prove. Quiet luxury, nothing to prove. A few years ago, I was a skinny, beardless, facially challenged male. I got in the gym, put on some size. I found the right hairstyle and products. I didn't have a fucking afro. Went to Colombia, got new teeth. What the fuck else do you need? See why these bitches leave you guys.
Well, guys, it looks like we are back again with the biggest soul glow enthusiast on the internet currently, the one and only Pubes Watson, and it seems that he's gotten his pubes all in a twist because of all the videos that have been just downright flaming the living shit out of him over the past month or two. And normally, this goober tries to push the notion that he doesn't watch any of the supposed hate videos, and he just ignores it all, when we all know that isn't true whatsoever. And he's said multiple things in the past implying that he's watching them, but he must really be watching all of them way more than usual, because in the past week or so, his responses to the haters has really just spiked up, and he's been out here trying to post shit like this right here, basically playing the bend over asshole card of everybody calling me out is just my promoter. And you can just tell how butthurt he is while doing so, because he's trying to rage bait us the entire time, when in reality, we all know he's full of shit, and he is just mad that we said he has pubes on both of his heads.
Boys, you know what's funny as shit? I make these question poll videos every single week, and I'm so lazy I don't want to post on multiple platforms and all that other shit. I literally make these videos so that my haters can just redistribute my content and talk shit. Like, it's the best thing in the world. I actually launched a clipping campaign, then I was like, fuck the clipping campaign. Why am I paying these niggas? I just have people make videos for free. Just talking shit.
And the reason he lost the clipping campaign is because his goofy ass was also busy losing both of his cars and getting them bitches repossessed because he couldn't pay for it anymore. And when that response didn't work, he was also out here posting videos like this one right here, where he was not only annoyed with my videos, but was also pretty upset by one video in particular that Bubba had made on him quite a while ago.
If you've watched my content long enough, you'll know that I have thousands of client wins and thousands of people that have passed through my programs, and I pretty much show them the same blueprint I used to build my personal brand and make my first 6 figures online selling fitness programs. If you know me as well, you also know I'd never make an unrealistic guarantee. I'd never tell you, hey, you're going to make $100,000 a month in 30 days, even if you do nothing. No, if you do nothing, nothing's going to fucking happen. But anyways, I don't normally watch YouTube hate because 99% of it is brain rot. But last night I just typed my name in and I was scrolling through. And a lot of these people, they post my name because they get more views than posting themselves because they're boring. But I scroll through and I'm like trying to find something actually factual outside of like spaghetti hair and this and that.
And we are just gonna stop his goofy ass right there because it is damn sure not spaghetti hair. You and me, Vince, both know that it is pubic hair that you've got going on your head. So if you're gonna say it right. I don't think anybody who has covered you has called it spaghetti hair. If anything, if it's not been Pubes Watson, I've compared you to a chia pet. So you're just full of shit here, and you gotta love how he doesn't address any of the other claims, but instead just immediately tries to say they're all bullshit because he doesn't want to address them, with one of those main claims being his dumbass getting his cars repossessed and him renting everything. But we're just gonna ignore that and just pretend like it's other bullshit like spaghetti hair apparently. And just on a side note, since he refused to bring it up or say his actual nickname, you already know that that shit's pissing him off, so I just found that funny as well. But after avoiding the pubes claims like the damn Black Plague, he then goes on to basically target one video in particular, which we're going to be taking a look at as well, and one that really seemed to have upset him.
And I came across this video. It's like Vincent Fischer scammed this kid. I was like, what the fuck is this? I click on the video And then halfway through, the kid is like, yeah, I never met Vince. I never paid Vince. Somebody said they knew Vince and I paid them.
He was like, let me talk to Vince. I'm like, all right, bet. He talked to Vince, or at least I thought he did. I don't know, maybe he didn't. Or, yeah, I don't know what happened. And I didn't even get to work one-on-one with Vince.
What the fuck am I supposed to do if you don't reach out to me and tell me, hey, Vince, listen, this dude used your name to sell something? It's just, anyways, regardless of all the bullshit, if I've had thousands of people pass through my community, and that's the only piece of dirt they could dig up, even if they looked, which they do all day, that should tell you something about what we do over here.
So of course, he got mad about the video where one of his alleged past students was basically talking about his bullshit experience with his little 7-figure fitness program, and he pulled out a whole 8-second clip from like a 30-minute video where he's trying to play this narrative that the guy never really talked to him, and he even spins it and is kind of trying to make it look as if that he was talking to somebody that just had nothing to do with him and was just some type of impersonator or something. So of course, since he wants to play it that way, we're going to take a look at the video as well and basically point out all of the things that Pubes Watson just didn't want to point out himself, and that he basically just tried to ignore and call bullshit and just brush off. And the video started out with the guy basically explaining that he was talking with somebody in the DMs, and by the way they were talking, it did appear to be the good old pubester, and if it wasn't the pubester, then it would have had to be one of his little, coaches, and that would of course make sense because Pubes Watson is always advocating how you need to be reaching out to people in the DMs, and it's the most effective way.
I mean, brother, Yo Gotti said it best. It goes down in the fucking DMs. It's the best funnel to get some ass. It's the best funnel to make some money. It's the best funnel to get paid. Okay, if I wanted to make a fuck ton of money over the next month, I'd push everybody to DMs, from polls, direct call to actions. And the reason it's so superior is because you're not sending somebody to a website or a landing page where they can't talk to you. You're literally having a one-on-one conversation with them, lining up a call, telling them what you offer, and closing them.
And after that, the guy basically stated that Pubes had him start working with one of his coaches and consultants. And that is who apparently did the onboard call with him to get him to, buy some courses, sign up, and get all of these different things. Which also checks out because we've seen other videos on the channel by people like Rook who went undercover into one of Vincent's sign-on calls where the same thing happened and he was forced to speak to some random ass goober and some random ass consultant slash coach that was trying to get him to sign up. And just on a side note, during that call with Rook, not only did the guy just have a ton of different contradictions that if you're listening would be huge red flags, but the sales guy also said bro 72 fucking times. So it just gives you an idea of the level of competence that Pubes Watson is hiring when it comes to selling his courses. But with that being noted, let's just jump into this video and take a look at all of the things that Pubes decided he was going to just ignore and was going to clip around.
The way he was replying, it felt genuine at the time. So I went through with the text, and he was just asking me a couple of questions, and then asked me if I want to, potentially start making money from working out. And at the time, I chose to reach out to him because my job, I didn't like very much, so I was kind of not struggling financially, but just mentally, I was just looking for something else. He then was like, all right, if you're interested, let me put you in a group chat with my coach. I'm like, he has a coach? But I thought he was a coach. So, he asked me in the group chat, and it's just, guy doesn't even look like he works out. But anyways, I get on the call with him, and mind you, I'm not talking to Vincent, I'm talking to his coach. But the coach is just like a random guy. He doesn't look like he works out at all, if I'm being honest. Yeah, so anyways, he's giving me the breakdown of everything about 6-figure fitness and explaining 7-figure fitness. So it's not just 6-figure fitness, it's 7-figure fitness. So from my understanding, 7-figure fitness is where they explained it as they would basically create your business for you, bring you leads, and you work one-on-one with Vince. So you get like everything exclusive, but you actually have to just record yourself. That's all you gotta do. But 6-figure fitness is basically the lower tier, or that's what they would explain it, is where you would pay less for that package, but everything you do, you have to do on your own. But they just give you the modules, and they do one-on-one calls, or not one-on-one calls. You would do one call on Wednesdays with one of Vincent's other coaches, and then Vincent would do his own calls at a certain time every Saturday.
So basically, he was put in this little coaching group chat, which is also what appeared to happen in Rook's video. And he was talking to some goober who looks like he doesn't even work out, and who was trying to sell him on these different course options, which you'll find out here in a second that he paid for both the low tier and the high tier one, with the low tier being $2,000 and the high tier being $12,000. And he was given the impression by this coach that he would be getting some one-on-one time with the one and only Pubes Watson. And that seems to be the main thing he was disappointed about, was all of these different things that the coach said he would get, he just didn't get, and he didn't see any progress. And that's the thing that Pubes leaves out, because as I said earlier, he's trying to twist it like he was just talking to some random guy and never talked to Vince. But even if that's the case, Vincent, you dumb motherfucker, if this guy worked for you, then he represents you. And if this was one of your coaches, then whatever he's promising this guy, if you're employing him, then he's basically speaking for you. So you can't just play the, oh, he didn't talk to me, so it doesn't matter. Because if he talked to one of your coaches and your coaches did some bullshit, it still falls back on you, you dumbass. But getting back to it, they then discuss the different prices he paid, and he keeps diving into it even further. And it all sounds unprofessional as shit and scummy as hell. And before we get to that part, I also want to point out that Bubba did say in this video that he confirmed a lot of things behind the scenes, like transactions, bank accounts, all that. So that does even give it further authenticity.
You said you had to pay an initial $2,000 fee, was that correct?
So the 2K, that
Right.
when I was working with a consultant, that 2K was to work with him.
Okay. Oh, okay. So they made you pay a $2,000 fee up front, and then it was like a $12,000 coaching program to apparently work with Vincent.
to then move up to then upgrade me to 7-figure fitness, because I was in 6-figure fitness until that was supposed to lock me into 7-figure fitness, but it really didn't. I was supposed to be basically like getting like help from the inner circle themselves, like they promised me, like Vince. Yeah, so his consultant, I paid him 2K to work with him, but I wasn't seeing results with him. Even though this dude, he promised me I would see results with him when I didn't. So I'm like, all right, if I don't see results with him, let me see if I can get upgrade to 7-figure fitness. He was like, let me talk to Vince. I'm like, all right, bet. He talked to Vince, or at least I thought he did. I don't know, maybe he didn't. Or, yeah, I don't know what happened between them. But he talked to me the next day, and he's like, yo, I talked to Vince. He was like, yeah, you can, there's another option that you can work with, is that financing plan. And that's when I was introduced to that option, to where I could pay $600 a month. But they basically were like, the consultant was very persuasive, like, not persuasive, I don't know if that's the correct word, but he was guaranteeing, like, verbally, like, I was gonna basically make money instantly, like it was gonna be guaranteed results.
So yeah, the initial $2,000 for just the consultant and coach wasn't enough, and they then hit him with the $12,000 so that he could be in Pube's inner circle and get time with him. And then they even tried to hit him with a $600 a month little thing, which I don't know what the hell that is. But they were trying to milk this man for everything he had. And again, even if it wasn't you, Pubes, who was promising him these things, if this was one of your coaches or one of your employees, they represent you and they are a part of your business. So if they're promising him this shit and just not delivering, that means that you are also not delivering. Like, for fuck's sake, they are selling shit literally under your name, since it's your whole little personal brand. And now you can quickly see why Vince played it how he did, because I don't think there was any other way he could play it besides just saying, oh, I didn't talk to him, so it doesn't matter. And Vince, you can't even say that he was tricked by some other program trying to pretend to be yours, because the guy even talks about the different calls where he physically ended up seeing you. And I think Vince got so mad because the guy just ends up flaming the shit out of him.
I would attend the calls, and it would be a group of however so many people, and then Vincent or his other coach. And we would be asking questions, or they would just be like lecturing, I guess. And you would basically just take notes from that, or ask any questions that you have on being able to get more leads. And that's basically like the whole kind of strategy that they teach you. And what they teach you in there is, like, in order to get leads, you have to speak to like their pain points and like get into people's insecurities, and that's how you basically get them to buy your program. That's essentially what you were being taught in what we were being taught in the program. So I mean, it's not something I use every day, or at all. Yeah. So after I finalized that financial plan, I was looking at his past post, and I was like, I've always thought that he looked way bigger in his transformation videos, and I'm like, hold up, I see him in his calls, he looks way smaller, and I no, I swear to God, I swear to God,
I'm sorry to laugh. I'm sorry to laugh. It's just I just think it's so funny, like when how these guys actually are.
no, he's tall, but he's like he's not as big as he looks on like photos, transformation videos.
So yeah, we all know how sensitive Pubes Watson is about his steroid usage, and how he is so wishy-washy and his story for it changes pretty much constantly. So I bet this part is the part that really pissed him off. But along with this, to wrap up this little call, of course, Vince is going to try to say that the guy just didn't put in enough effort or anything like that. But he even talks about that and talks about how he did the shit for like 5-6 months and didn't see a single dollar despite paying what he says was like 14 grand.
I uploaded every day for like about 5 months, and I made $0. I couldn't get a single client. I had people. I talked to people online, but I never officially like was able to close any type of money or nothing. I never made no money because I kept nagging the consultants and telling them like, look, I didn't get what I paid for. Like, what? Like, I kept reaching out to them via text message to the consultant that originally helped me sign with it, because he's not talking to me anymore. I was working with him, and he barely texts me. Every time I talk to him and text him, he literally makes some excuse. He's like, "Oh, walking my dog. Oh, walking my dog." I swear to God, every time I'm walking my dog. Oh, my dog shit in the cage. Dog shit in the cage, bro. No, yeah. I swear to like everything. I swear to God.
Yeah,
I'm lying,
I believe you. I believe you.
I'm lying. I'm flying. I swear, man. And that shit, that's what made me stop talking to him. And he wouldn't reach out to me, but I paid him $2K to be my coach. Regardless of the $12K, he didn't even fulfill his $2K that I paid him.
So as you can tell, Pubes' coach was apparently as much of a damn goober as he was, and this lines up even further with Rook's video, who's a completely different person, who also had this coaching call experience, where he was dealing with some downright dumbasses of coaches, who he even looked into, and he thinks he managed to find them, where they themselves aren't even successful and have posted a shit ton of videos and are getting like no engagement. So even Vincent's coaches apparently aren't even doing that great.
The truth is, it's all just a marketing tactic to make it seem like you're being passed up the ladder, like you're important, but they're just flipping you from one level employee to another one like a pancake. But I tried to do some sleuth work and find out who am I talking to, also who's the guy he's trying to pass me off to. And I found them both on Instagram. It's pretty easy. I went to Vincent's page, looked at who he was following, typed in the name, boom, there it is. I'm going to keep their identities private just for legal and privacy reasons, but let me tell you this. They both have under 1,000 subscribers. They both average under 100 likes per video. I think the most I've seen per post is like 70 or 80 likes. The guy he's trying to pass me off to hasn't posted in over 7 months. But trust me, he's crushing the online game.
So we have the blind leading the blind, who are trying to lead more blind at this point. And this is really ironic when you consider that after Vince posted that video, where he was all mad, he then followed it up by trying to post all of his different little client wins and trying to state that no one ever talks about him, despite him apparently having so many. And even while he was posting these, he posted one with a guy named Prince Fortunitis, who we have actually covered on the channel and who wasn't doing shit for numbers and was doing so bad that he hasn't posted for like 6 months at this point after we could douche the shit out of him.
With coaching alone, how much have you extracted from 4,500 followers in USD, bro?
Well, it depends how you do the math, right? If you do it just directly from the coaching, I would say upwards to 500,000. I always thought it was fascinating because I remember I hit you up. I remember like you had your Lambo and I was like, who's this kid? What the fuck? Like, how is he like dragging his nuts and Lambo? It was like, what the fuck? And then you had like this thing saying, yo, hit me up and I'll show you how to do it. And I was like, fuck it, let me just try. Hit you up. We're like, boom, yeah, I can teach you how to do your social media marketing. And I was like, I don't even have a big social media account. I only have like 4K because my account got banned. I was like, fuck it. He looks inspiring. So let me just, I just pay it on the spot. Hop in the call with you. And yeah, you taught me a lot of valuable things.
Now, boys, I'm not going to spam you too much, but I think you get the point. There's hundreds more testimonials where that came from. But if you want to learn the exact blueprint, I talked to all these different people before they changed their lives, which is the same blueprint I used to go from a high school dropout to making millions of dollars in the fitness industry. I used to charge thousands for it. Now I'm giving it away for free. All you have to do is tap the link up above. It's going to take you to a 30-minute free training that breaks down what online coaching is so you have a better understanding. Then it's going to give you access to the free course that shows you how to set up the business, market on socials, and start signing clients. So tap the link up above, and I'll see you inside.
And what's really funny about him trying to say that no one ever looks at his testimonials is that is where I find a lot of the different Pubes Watson wannabes that we cover on this channel constantly, and who aren't doing jack shit except being lolcows and getting made fun of. So I have been covering these clowns non-stop, flaming the shit out of them, but we're not going to talk about that, and we're just going to pretend that no one ever talks about it. So this guy just can't stop bullshitting, and after this, he continued his usual horse shit of just posting on his story, saying stupid shit, and having a huge ego.
So I took a one-day break and I lost momentum. Now I can't sit down and work. Help, just give up, nigga. Success ain't for everybody. Some people got to be normal. Some people got to clean the roads, flip the burgers, build the buildings. Nigga, that's you. Okay? Because the truth is, if you can't lock yourself in, you're going to have another man lock you in. It's called a fucking boss, nigga. Okay? Go clock in. Fuck. So I want to quit my job and make money online, but I'm scared I'll fail. Any advice? Yeah, just don't be a bitch. Don't be gay.
And yeah, a lot of the usual shit, but I guess the Pubinator is getting desperate because he's now increasing the bullshit he's spewing and trying to respond in any way he can, no matter how much cutting he needs to do and how much clipping he has to do, where he's turning a long-ass 20-plus minute video into an 8-second clip. And I guess he's going to try to spin this narrative however he can. But with that said, that's enough for one day, so if you enjoyed, please drop the sub and a like and join the Saints Mafia, where we are flaming all of these lolcow alpha males. And I'm out, watching Pubes Watson continue to look stupid. In peace.
So how do you stay sane while dealing with life stress and endless possibilities? The thing about winners is we have the ability to filter bullshit. And what I mean by that is we're very good at focusing on what's within our control, and if it's not, we almost don't even care or worry about it. Sounds like a crazy concept, but a lot of brokies can't understand that. They collapse over the smallest thing that they can't control. It's my girlfriend blocked me, Vince. What do I do? Vince, I have this due and I can't pay it right now. Nigga, stop worrying and start working. Fuck you stressed for? That's an optional feeling. Lock in.